Welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, where we bring you the latest news in 10 minutes or less. I'm Margot Andrews.
And I'm Brittany Bradley. We're back to bring you news on campus and around the world. So let's get started. I'm wanting to hop right into some pop culture, starting with one of Disney's child star machines, Demi Lovato. She's back in rehab? Well, that's the latest rumor swirling Hollywood. Reports are saying that the singer was admitted to Passages, an inpatient addiction treatment center in Malibu. Yesterday, Demi is being treated yet again for alcohol and drug addiction. Is it just me or are these rehab centers not working? They all check in and then check out and then check back in.
It's a good money investment in those.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think they're doing their job. But anyways, the skyscraper artist is expected to be staying at the facility for several weeks, after which she will then transition to an outpatient treatment. All this comes as Demi has been busy promoting her slogan, "Sober is sexy," to her Lovatics. Seems like Miss Demi may have been living a double life. Her rep went on record today saying that isn't true. Allegations are still being made against the former Disney star nonetheless.
I'm just confused because I thought she initially went to rehab for an eating disorder.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't keep up. I think there's a lot to the story we don't really know.
Okay. Well, best of luck to Demi. I'm actually a pretty big fan of hers. But keeping up with celebs, it's hard enough to like Kelsey Grammer, aka Frasier, after all that we've seen him do to his previous marriage with Camille Grammer. Having an affair before he asked for a divorce, and he's now having a new child with his new wife, Kate. But what makes it even harder for some in Hollywood to like him? Grammer is a self-outed Republican, making him one of few out there in California. Grammer explains being a minority in the Hollywood world is easy for him because he was, quote, such a revolutionary. Grammer continued in the interview to say that once someone tells him how to think, he's going to think the other way. It's also become quite apparent that the former Frasier star has little care what others think of him. He's put mistresses and politics right on the table.
Seriously, I feel like he's making a resurgence after lying low for so long.
Yeah, you know, he was in that play La Cage aux Folles, and then he just won an award for his role on Boss, so he's kind of coming back around.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Actually, Kelsey helps us gateway into our next story, the State of the Union address. In case you missed it, President Obama delivered his address Tuesday night, putting forth a blueprint for economic recovery, which relies heavily on government intervention and tax hikes on wealthy Americans. Additionally, his speech focused on manufacturing, investing in clean energy, and using educational training as an economic opportunity. Again, President Obama wants to return America to its prosperous ways by eliminating inequality throughout the country. Another strong statement, Mr. President asked Congress to make a permanent tuition tax credit worth $10,000 over a 4-year period in order to make college more affordable. Obama's address comes just days before he visits key states while seeking his re-election bid. The 2012 election will be here in just a few short months, so I know it seems like a long shot for everyone, but do your research and please make some informed decisions.
I mean, I actually watched Mitch Daniels had some comments about the address last night.
Yeah, he did. He said, you know, we've had more debt exploding in the last 3 years, and no nation can survive in a debt as big as ours.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure it can't be that hard to get out of it, right?
Yeah, just pretty easy. You know, just sweep that under the rug.
Well, from politics to TV talk, in November, men and women huddled around the television set to either watch the latest fashions from Victoria's Secret or to the angels rocking the clothes in the annual Victoria's Secret fashion show. Little did we know the collection we saw featured some items from the company's new line. Victoria's Secret has launched its first lingerie collection called the Victoria's Secret Designer Collection, which is actually high-end, so it's a little different than the other one. It's going to be more expensive. I know. The goal behind the line is to attract more affluent and sophisticated consumers. The new line has been kept completely under wraps and consists of barely there unlined bras, deep plunge push-up bra, string bikinis, low-cut teddies, and much more. The Victoria's Secret Designer Collection went on sale Tuesday and is already nearly sold out. Prices range from $100 to $160 per lingerie and $40 to $70 for underwear.
What I don't get is just spending so much money for stuff that few people should ever see, so, you know, maybe that stuff will go on sale and then I'll actually purchase it.
Exactly. I mean, they always do have pretty good sales, so unless it's already been picked through.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Well, something else that's coming our way, the Super Bowl. Having the Super Bowl in your city means much more than just a football game. Indianapolis has a wide variety of Super Bowl events lined up for the weeks prior to the big football championship. From the Jimmy Fallon show taping tickets to the Super Bowl Village Experience package, Indy is making sure everyone can get involved with the historic event one way or another. The coolest and most exciting thing the city is doing, in my opinion, is offering ziplining. The attraction is a 90-foot tall, 800-mile experience that takes people throughout the city, ending at Lucas Oil Stadium. The ride is promised to be a high thrill seeker for all, allowing groups of 4 to go down the line at once. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com for $10.
You know, I know you're looking forward to that zip line.
Yes,
and it seems like the whole experience will be a lot of fun.
Cannot wait. I want to be there every day, you know, from this week on out. It's going to be so much fun. I really want to take it all in.
Well, go to your classes and stuff first.
Well, yes, that comes first, I guess.
And on to something else that was a ton of fun, the movie Bridesmaids. Now, from my understanding, you either loved this movie or you hated it.
Exactly.
And for me, it definitely fell in the love category. I think it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. So I was delighted to see that it got some recognition in the Oscar realm. Melissa McCarthy, or Megan as she is in the movie, has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Additionally, Kristen Wiig and Annie Mamoulo were nominated for Best Original Screenplay. Melissa has certainly been making the circuit. She recently won an Emmy for her role in the comedy Mike and Molly, and it's actually becoming more common knowledge that Miss McCarthy is the cousin of another Hollywood hot item, Jenny McCarthy. I'm going to just say, she didn't pop out of nowhere like all these reporters are writing. She was on one of my favorite TV shows growing up, Gilmore Girls. She played the chef Suki. So
yes, I love
wish people
Suki.
would just remember that.
I know, she was awesome. That's a great show. I wish it was still on. But we are excited for her, and the movie just doesn't seem like something I see the Oscar people nominating, but we're excited.
I know. I think it will lighten up the Oscars this year instead of it being just such a stuffy little
Movies
party.
no one's ever even heard of.
Exactly.
From Oscar parties to college parties, a new popular game researchers are concerned about. It's called the choking game, and it can be played individually or in groups. The game consists of manually choking yourself or others to get a few seconds of euphoria.
This game sounds weird.
This behavior cuts off blood flow to the brain in order to induce a high. A new study done at Houston State University found that nearly 1 in 7 co-eds has played the game. Results also showed the choking game was more popular with men, and that 16% of students have played the game, and 3/4 have played more than once. Researchers are concerned because they learned the game has potential to be as deadly as illegal drugs, and new methods are going to go into place to help teach college students about the dangers of this new pastime.
Deadly as illegal drugs because you actually can kill yourself by...
Yeah, I don't really get how this can be
Obviously.
fun. I mean, I read an article, it's just that it gives them a few seconds of high before they pass out. I don't really know if that's worth it, but...
Things kids are into these days.
Exactly.
Well, I have one last tidbit for you, but all before we wrap up the show. New rumors have it that Kris Kardashian's hairdresser is actually Khloe's dad. Obviously, we can't go a show without mentioning the Kardashians.
Of course not.
But speculation about who the father actually is have been twirling since Robert Kardashian's ex-wife told Star magazine that he wasn't actually Khloe's father.
I just seriously leave the poor girl alone. I mean, come on, people. I think the ex-wife was just money hungry for a story.
Yeah, I know, but Kris did make it well known in her book that she had affairs while she was married. But I still think personally that Khloe is a true Kardashian. I mean, for not looking too much like my siblings, I can speak for the fact that we all have the same parents and I maybe know how she feels a little bit.
Well, I'm officially going to end the show before we get too much into your personal life. But thanks for tuning in, as always.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter at WhatsUpWeeklyIU. Have a great
award. That's how much you mean to me. You could be my it girl. Baby, you're the girl. Loving you could be a crime. Crazy how we fit, girl. This is it, girl. Give me 25.